The customer experience, or CX, is critical to the retail industry. It features in basically every shop you go to, and nowadays, it's about the device sitting in your pocket and the app experience. But more and more, it's becoming essential to blend those two and make sure that the two experiences work together and give the best result both for the consumer and the retailer. So to figure out that journey and what can be done in your business, we have brought in today on Jam TV Mr. Jonathan Haywood, former director at Holland Barrett of Digital and Omnichannel.
Hello.
Welcome to the show. Thank you so much for joining us.
Pleasure.
So why don't you give us a bit of an introduction to yourself and tell us what you did at Holland Barrett?
Yeah, thanks, Dan. So I was at Holland Barrett for 11 and a half years, and the last 3 of that, I had the grand title of Director of Omnichannel Development, which was all about bringing the channels together, and I was the e-com director, loyalty and CRM, and also customer transformation. So a bit of a broad remit that I was doing, but at the heart of that was really around how do we bring the experiences that our in-store customers have to online, and how do we bring some of the benefits of digital to our retail customers. You know, we have a strong 850 store footprint and a sort of 75% of our sales going through stores. So, you know, stores was crucial for us, but how do we bring some of that digital elements into store and vice versa? And I think that was particularly critical for Holland Barrett. Obviously 152 years now, or 154 years, I think, actually, retailer. And one of their unique selling points is the advice that they can give to customers. But that advice comes from store colleagues. And how do you create that advice and that trust in a digital environment? And vice versa, how does a retail customer feel like it's a brand that knows them from the retail interactions into the digital space, so through personalization, through recommendations, through the things that they're purchasing. And so all of that blending together was crucial for Holland & Barrett. And there was a number of ways that we were doing that. So if we think of how we were bringing some of the retail world into digital first, that's probably some of the harder bits. One of the key ones was this piece around consultation. A fantastic network of colleagues in store, but not everyone wants to either have a consultation on the shop floor or they're shopping digitally anyway. So we brought in web chat, either live web chat or also booked chat, and you could have that chat not just with a advisor in the contact center, but that was with the retail colleagues in the store. So it can be a real connection with a customer. And delivering that through our web channels, but also through our app as well. So effectively, it's in your pocket when you need it. So that was a really, really positive, and the reviews of that was really good. So that's growing for H&B. And the other one is then, how do you create some of that great digital personalization, some of that great experience that you can have online, but how do you bring that in store, particularly for a brand where, like I say, most of the shoppers are in store. They're not online. They're not even browsing your digital channels.
Really?
Yeah, I mean, there is, you know, digital browse and shop and retail, but for H&B, it wasn't as big as a lot of brands.
Why do you think that is?
I don't think it's as considered a purchase as other retailers. You're not buying big basket items. They're generally quite small. And so you don't necessarily need to do a lot of pre-shop. You know, the insight would say that a lot of the recommendations or reasons to purchase were based on either things that people have read, but not on a retailer site. That would be read or online doctors, GP recommendations, but also friend recommendations. You know, oh, I've got this problem with this ailment. Oh, I take that for that, you know, and actually that was where the credibility came from. So it didn't necessarily mean you had to go to the website before you go. I think a lot of our core customer market would be on the high street, hop in and have that conversation. You know, oh, I've heard about this great product that you sell. Tell me more about it. One of the things we wanted to do was bring the benefits of digital to in-store. Now, one of the things that a lot of retailers are doing is around stock management. So whether that's order in store or click and collect. You know, click and collect for us was huge. It's grown to sort of 30% of our order base online. So really, really important for customers. And the benefits of that are you can still have that one-to-one conversation with customers when they're picking up, and all of the benefits that brings and all the advocacy, the added advocacy that can bring. The other piece is then, how do you reward your customers? If you look at a lot of loyalty programs, the best ones are digitally enabled. They are working on recommending products and services to you that maybe you're not purchasing, or they're giving you benefits that are add-on, they're bigger baskets or they're cross-category shop or whatever it might be. And that's very hard to do for colleagues in store who have got a million other things to do, shelf replenishment, stay at the till, etc., etc. So the big move for us was developing our app to be a more customer-centric app. That's something that's still going on as I left, but the key
probably always will be.
And always will be, yeah. The key for us was really to get away from being a sole e-com app. Don't just sell what you can sell through your website, but what's the added value for retail customers to download the app? And that was the key question that we asked our technical product and engineering teams, is give our retail customers a reason to download your app, and particularly those retail customers who don't want to shop online. So that's the challenge. That's the thing that they've been going away and building alongside our loyalty team, and really to try and drive that clarity to a customer to say, look, the reason why you want to download the app is because you're going to get all of these benefits that are personalized to you, whether that be content, whether that be offers, whether that be consultations, whether that be recommended, whatever it is, it's all in that one place for you. And we were calling that almost like your colleague in your pocket, your sort of wellness coach in your pocket. So lots going on in that space to really try and bring those channels together.
Absolutely. I can see the value add for the consumer when you're using an app. Obviously, you get given loads of discounts. Possibly you're told about products you possibly wouldn't have known about before, given exclusive offers, that kind of thing. But what I'm wondering, and this is thinking as a consumer who, particularly when I think about other companies' companion and rewards apps, is that they're becoming more and more kind of invisible to allow you to have as frictionless an experience as possible. Is there a tipping point where it becomes so invisible that actually all they're doing is giving your customers savings, taking money away from the business that you need to be spending on developing the app?
Yes. So I think the first thing to say is we were able to, through our insight and data science teams, determine that when you downloaded the app, you were driving more value, more customer value, and more retention. So it wasn't just a case of your best customers downloading the app. There was a benefit to it and a commercial benefit. I think to your point there, Dan, it isn't just about rewards. And I think the best personalization is sometimes the unseen personalization.
Okay.
So it's the little things. Holland Barrett are doing a lot of things around site experience and app experience that are just small things that remove the friction. So they are unseen. So it is things like, oh, I can see you're browsing for that product. In your local store, here's the stock availability. Some of the best uses of personalization in an app or on the website are things that are a little bit more unseen for a customer, because sometimes you are always trying to balance data and privacy for your customers. And if you get too personal too quickly, customers can react quite negatively to that. So some of the unseen stuff is really good. So it can be, I can see you're browsing for that product, Dan. Here's your local store's availability. Another great example is actually just reminding people of their previous purchases. And I know that sounds simple, but in a world of lots of small medicine bottles and things like that, you sort of forget which one is actually you've had.
Possibly even where you bought it.
Oh, yeah, exactly. Yeah. And just removing some of that friction all the time is really beneficial. We have things like, if you're a subscription customer, reminding a customer when their next order is coming, reminding them if they've got some rewards that they haven't used yet. So they're not sort of hard sell or, pick up this benefit or this offer. It's just small nudges towards a better, less friction-based experience.
Absolutely. Well, Jonathan, it's been an absolute pleasure talking to you, but we've got serenading guitarists coming towards us, and I don't want this video to get copyright struck, so I think we need to wind it up here. But thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us today. If people want to get in touch with you and delve into your expertise in more detail, how can they get in touch?
Yeah, find me on LinkedIn. It's probably the best thing.
Perfect.
Jonathan Haywood.
Well, Jonathan, thank you once again, and enjoy the rest of Retail Jam. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next episode. Cheers.